Hey, what's good, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to another edition of the Monday Night Raw review. I'm your host, Davon. Appreciate you guys coming through to show your love and support as we continue to keep everything all the nitty gritty, everything so saucy. Monday Night Raw was decent as it pretty much was into the new era under the Triple H banner. Start kicking off with the King of the Ring tournament as well as the Queen of the Ring tournament. We had so much hot action when it came to so many different things going on, as well as we continue to have the build up when it comes to CM Punk and Drew McIntyre as that feud continues to go on with so much twists and turns happening within that direct feud. As well, we has had a couple more debuts as well, who initially made their in-ring debuts when it came to the Monday Night Raw brand. But let's go ahead and get kicked off with everything initially happened. Monday Night Raw kicked off with a Judgment Day coming out, which was a nice feat when it came to everything initially happened. Judgment Day was coming off the heels of everything when that initially happened. This following Saturday when it came to Backlash, where we saw a little teaser when it came to Damian Priest be turning face when it came to certain situations as he changed his ways when it came to how the Judgment Day were running a red shot. But all the four gentlemen did initially came out, including Dominic Mysterio, JD McDonough, Finn Balor, and of course the World Heavyweight Champion Damian Priest, who was looking prime and ready as being a true champion. But things initially kicked off when it came to them all basically celebrating, and then Finn was going to be in the next come up for the King of the Ring, and then Finn believed that he gets a bye in the first round because Drew McIntyre wasn't medically cleared. Then Adam Pearce initially comes out after they were celebrating and giving each other a nice little hug after Drew McIntyre, not Drew, what's good, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to another edition of Monday Night Raw review. I'm your host, Davon. Appreciate you guys coming through to show your love and support as we get into the new era under the Triple H banner, as we get ready for the King of the Ring tournament as well as the Queen of the Ring tournament. So much went on when it came tonight. Things really picked off in a high manner when it came to everything that initially happened. It was a great night when it came to professional wrestling just in general, and I really enjoyed the show when it came to all the competitors that were involved when it came to this tournament of the beginning of the first round for the Monday Night Raw brand, as well as when we initially have some more matches continue to go over the weekend, as the card was initially subject to change, with so much that initially happened when it came to everything in tonight's Monday Night Raw showcase. But let's go ahead and get into Monday Night Raw with everything initially happened. We ended up having Judgment Day coming out, prime and ready, along with Damian Priest, Finn Balor, JD McDonough, and as well as Dominic Mysterio. They were all on the heels of celebrating when it came to everything initially happened. Follow up from Backlash that they got involved, even though Damian Priest did not want these boys involved in his matters, but pretty much he apologized to them and they were able to get on a nice sour note and able to hug it out as things initially were forgiven. It seems like this is the big motive when it comes to Judgment Day, as things continue to be that same sour thing of them always hugging and apologizing like our true brother brand. But you truly know you're going to get a whole lot more when it came to everything that initially happened when it came to the Judgment Day. But of course, they still have so many different things when it comes to the Judgment Day business. But we also saw what happened at Backlash, from my own personal opinion, that we feel like we're getting that little teaser for Damian Priest to initially go face when it comes to everything that initially happened. But of course, we ended up having Finn Balor getting on the mic, feeling like that he was going to be able to get a bye for the first round because Drew McIntyre was not medically cleared when it came to tonight's showcase of the King of the Ring, when it was scheduled for the night for our singles match. But we ended up having Adam Pearce ended up coming out and addressing everything, as initially saying that Finn Balor does not get a bye, but initially he will have a new opponent, which he's about to announce, and everyone else already knew who it was. And then he said the person was main event Jey Uso, and of course the whole crowd ended up popping, and you really got your money's worth when it came to Jey Uso. It wasn't as great as how it was when it came to the whole crowd over in France. but it felt like the American crowd still was a little bit behind. But they changed a little bit of lighting of Jey Uso, and it looked really good when it came to this direct match. But everything initially broke out when it came to this telecast. You got your money's worth when it came to them. There was a lot of back and forth action, a lot of twists and turns. Of course, we ended up having Drew McIntyre coming down to make interference because he's still having direct issues with so many players on the field, including CM Punk and as well as Jey Uso. But he tried to come out to distract Jey Uso when it came to the situation, but it wasn't to unveil. But Jey Uso was able to pick up the victory with the Los Uso splash and was able to put away Finn Balor for the 1-2-3. This match was pretty decent. I give it a 4 out of 5, but it wasn't too bad. It kept me highly invested, and I truly enjoyed everything that initially happened in the singles action in the first round of the King of the Ring. Then, of course, afterwards, post-match, we ended up having Drew McIntyre ended up staring down Jey Uso as he was celebrating with the fans. And things initially took a twist and turn as he was so frustrated when it came to the situation. Then Drew McIntyre ended up walking his way towards the back, and he vented his frustration when it came to Adam Pearce about the whole situation, everything that was going on, and he ended up proceeded to leave the building when it came to there. But then as the car sped off and left, we ended up having CM Punk arriving. Like they intertwined. He came in red hot with a nice yellow vehicle, came through and pretty much smiled with the whole situation and told him that he has a whole lot to say, and pretty much hit his music as things initially broke out. As he was making his way towards Gorilla, he came across Chad Gable and told Jay, as Chad Gable was scolding Alpha America, CM Punk told him to lay off of them and give them a break, and then he made his way out for his initial entrance. Came out to discuss so many different things when it came to initially everything that initially happened, and he pretty much just expressed everything into his promo, including how all things was postponed because of his WrestleMania dreams, and he called Drew McIntyre a choke artist, and there. It's nothing like he is a choke artist, but he definitely is one. But he says Drew doesn't show up is because he's afraid of him. And initially, that initial promo initially breaks down when it comes to everything that CM Punk initially had to say. And he proceeded to end up leaving from there. Then we got ready for our interview for Ricochet, who had an initial interview with Kathy Kelly. He pretty much addressed his opponent for the night for Ilja Dragunov. But of course, he was prime interrupted when it came to Braun Strowman, who came out to make amends pretty much with his former tag team partner. And he had a nice little touch moment with a nice little hug. And then things initially got underway from there, from that backstage segment. Then we got ready for Io Sky taking on Natalya for the first round of the women's Queen of the Ring tournament. This match wasn't lackluster. A lot of technical things under the sun. We also ended up having Damage Control evolve as well by assisting Io Sky when it came to everything that initially happened throughout this match, because things initially broke down from there. After Io Sky was able to pick up the victory over Natalya after the assistance from Damage Control. Then we ended up having Dakota Kai getting on the mic and pretty much addressing with her promo, saying that she's replacing Asuka, who was not medically cleared, as she will be taking on Lyra Valkyria in the first round of the Queen of the Ring tournament. And initially, she warns Becky Lynch, Bianca Belair, Jade Cargill on holding those titles tight because Damage Control is coming to take over pretty much WWE in general. But it was a nice little segment just when it came to Damage Control. These ladies was poised when it came to everything. And I feel like now with all them losing all the gold, I feel like it's going to be on more of a serious note. But I truly look forward to seeing how things actually transpire when it comes to the ladies. But we know they're going to be having their hands tied when it comes to the ESTs of WWE, as well as the man Becky Lynch. But they're going to have their hands full trying to get those golds back. But we shall see how the coming months come up when it comes to initially everything that initially transpires. But I look forward to seeing a whole lot more initially go down to the nitty gritty, everything so saucy when it comes to Monday Night Raw, or initially what will happen on Friday Night SmackDown. But since that Jade Cargill and Bianca Belair have the Women's Tag Team Championship, they are obligated to be able to come on the Raw brand as well to defend and go and continue their beef when it comes to Damage Control. Then we got ready for the next singles match. It was Ricochet versus Ilja Dragunov. I feel like this match really left everything on the table. You got everything for your money's worth, and you knew this match was truly going to deliver when it came to this match. It was a whole lot of high offense, a whole lot of nice spots. I really enjoyed this match. This nearly was close to a 5-star match, but I still give it a solid 4. And the crowd was red hot when it came to this initial match. I feel like they did their best when it came to the deliverance of giving the crowd what they initially wanted. But initially, Ricochet ended up falling to the Mad Dragon as Dragunov ended up picking up the victory and slaying his way to advance into the King of the Ring tournament. My own personal hot take when it comes to everything this is going to continue to happen with the King of the Ring tournament, we're probably going to end up seeing Dragunov in some kind of fashion battle with Jey Uso or align itself with Imperium, but we know it's going to initially happen as Gunther continues going to steamroll through everybody in the tournament and probably initially be the new King of the Ring. Then we get ready for the next following match, which is the Queen of the Ring tournament. We end up having Zoey Stark taking on Ivy Nile. This was a nice technical wrestling match. I'm kind of glad that the ladies got a little bit more of a shine when it came to timing. And this match was pretty decent with a whole lot of back and forth action. And you got everything that you initially happened when it came to the ladies giving everything they initially wanted to give when it came to the performance. But initially, Zoey Starks was able to pick up the victory with a Z360 and initially put the match to rest as she advances into the women's Queen of the Ring tournament. Then we get ready for things that she broke out when it came to Bronson Reed and Chad Gable. They had a match when it came to a singles opera match, but it was disqualified via disqualification. As things that she broke down as Sami Zayn came out, got involved, interfered, brawled with both men, initially wanted a triple threat match when it came to the King of the Ring tournament. But afterwards, Bronson Reed left a statement laying both men out and pretty much stamping his claim as he's looking to become the new United States, the Intercontinental Champion, not the United States, but Intercontinental Champ. And I look forward to seeing that match continue to be pushed in the limelight as things continue to get better each and every single week when it comes to these three men, as they continue to be the true face of the Intercontinental Championship division just in general. You know you're going to get your money's worth, and you know that these guys are going to truly deliver when it comes to everything initially is going to happen. Then we get ready for our backstage segment. We ended up having R-Truth alongside with Nick Aldis. This was a nice little funny segment. You got everything initially when it came to everything that happened with the World Tag Team Champions, as we had R-Truth and as well as The Miz ended up making their presence, talking to over with everything in this with the GM Adam Pearce, and pretty much Pierce, on the exclusion of the King of the Ring tournament, Pierce tells everything that actually happened when it came to the guys. And of course, R-Truth had his spot when it came to his promo that he wanted to go ahead and go in the battle when it came to the hometown mascot, which was kind of funny from that nice little segment. But then we ended up having an appearance by Braun Breaker after that situation broke down. Braun Breaker asked why wasn't he in the King of the Ring tournament. And things initially broke down when it came to that segment, as Pierce tells Baker that he will be looking for him in the direction in his office, as they pretty much went ahead and talked and discussed what the next situation was going to be when it came to Braun Breaker. I look for him maybe turning heel on the Monday Night Raw brand, and I look forward to seeing him becoming a little bit more dominant in his presence and being a true dog on the Monday Night Raw brand. I may see him in a hunt for the Intercontinental Championship after whoever wins the Intercontinental Championship when it comes to the King of the Ring tournament. But we initially shall see how things initially break down when it comes to Sami Zayn, Chad Gable, and Big Bronson Reed from there. Then we go to Judgment Day, who has a backstage segment when it comes to Dominic Mysterio leads Carlito into the Judgment Day clubhouse. Priest isn't interested since Carlito cost him the match with Bad Bunny at the last year's Backlash. Carlito claims he needs his assistance with the LWO, and Priest declines to help him and moves on from there. As Priest is taking charge as being the true leader of the Judgment Day, and I look forward to seeing how things break off from there. But Carlito was trying to join the Judgment Day, was kind of a little funny, but I don't think Carlito needs to join any group. I think he's a standout talent of his own and a true legend of his own right when it comes to WWE brand just in general. Then we ended up having things to see break down when it came to Liv Morgan and Becky Lynch, as tensions continue to be built up when it comes to those ladies. As we had an interview, as Becky Lynch ended up being interviewed by Michael Cole. But before they initially got everything between the promos started, Liv Morgan came out to interrupt, and things initially broke out as both ladies pretty much had their piece and say when it came to everything, and pretty much set up the initial women's World Heavyweight Championship match for the King of the Ring, as things initially broke down when it came to what their statements were. But of course, we ended up having another interruption from Damage Control, who came out to express their valiance of saying that they're going to run Monday Night Raw and they're going to make an example when it comes to both ladies in the ring. Eventually, Liv Morgan and Becky Lynch ended up going back to back as Damage Control surrounded the ring without Io Sky. But of course, initially things broke out as Liv Morgan played the heel role, rolled out the ring, and left Becky Lynch in the ring by herself, as initially we ended up having a beatdown on Becky Lynch. And then we had Lyra Valkyria end up coming down to the ring to assist and help saving Becky Lynch as they end up breaking things out, as Lyra was highly disappointed with Liv Morgan. But now it looks like she has her sights set up when it comes to Damage Control, and that will be a nice new touch up in a new feud in the women's division. I'm loving the direction when it comes to the women's division just in general, as they're getting a little bit more love and taste when it comes to tonight. We got more matches on the card, and on top of that, the timing was perfect when it came to initially everything that initially happened. And I really enjoyed everything that initially transpired when it came to everything that happened tonight, with all the ladies being involved. But of course, we also have the follow-up King and Queen in the tournament this following weekend, as we have Kofi Kingston as well as taking on Rey Mysterio. And then we have the initial other match that will be taking place will be Shayna Baszler versus Zelina Vega, which will take place over the weekend as well, coming up. And they will pre-record it and put it on the social media and go from there as they continue to give the results over the weekend. So stay tuned if you were big fans of all four of those competitors. Feel free to check out the match over the weekend. I believe they're going to have it uploaded on Saturday. But I know it's going to be a banger when it comes to initially everything that will happen. Then we have a promo leading up for that weekend, as Kofi Kingston pretty much laid out everything that he felt and vented it when it came to expression and his frustration. And he had a whole lot to say when it came to initially everything that initially happened. Kofi pretty much said everything that he needed to express. And the vignette was pretty nice, pretty decent. And he said the WWE King of tournament where Rey Mysterio was going to have his hands full. And I look forward to seeing how things transpire when it comes to Kofi Kingston and Rey Mysterio, as well as Shayna Baszler and, of course, our golden girl of the hour, Zelina Vega. But then we get ready for the main event. Actually, not the main event. We end up having Lyra Valkyria taking on Dakota Kai, which was a decent women's match. A whole lot of different twists and turns from everything that I see happen. A lot of back and forth. The women got a little bit more of limelight when it came to everything that initially happened. Then the ladies went back and forth. A whole lot of moves in between. And Lyra Valkyria ended up picking up the victory even after everything that initially happened with damage control being involved. And Lyra was looking red hot when it came to everything. And I look forward for Lyra to continue to be a cornerstone when it comes to everything that will initially happen. And you know she's going to do a phenomenal, great job when it comes to everything in the WWE. I look forward to her being pushing that little top of that card as well, being in that road of WWE Women's World Heavyweight Championship. But we shall see how things may initially happen as we continue to be pushed into the new future of the Triple H agenda and seeing what the TKO banner WWE does in the near future. Then we get ready for the main event of the night, which was Sheamus versus Gunther. This was a banger after banger. This truly was hard hitting as you can get. Strong style to the next level. I really enjoyed this match. I give it a 4.5 star. It was really decent for everything that initially happened. And you really got your money's worth when it came to this main event. It was hard hitting. Sheamus gave everything he all. Both guys went back and forth, gave a lot of traditional moves, was able to hit off their signatures. And it was decent when it came down to the wire, as Gunther was able to pick up the victory and a strong, hard-hitting victory when it came to everything that initially happened. But I look forward to seeing more of them going at it again in the near future. But Gunther advances, and I look forward to seeing how the tournament shapes up with all the competitors on the Raw side as well as the SmackDown side. Monday Night Raw was great from start to finish. You got everything that you initially asked for, and it was truly was a great show. But I appreciate you guys coming through for this post review. Post your comments down below, like, comment, subscribe, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace.